Hello and welcome to the Caymanas Park Highlight Show. In this week's edition, we'll recap selected races from Saturday, September 10 and Sunday, September 11. A total of 20 races were contested over the weekend. Saturday's feature was the Nonsuch Sprint Trophy, named after the 1967 Horse of the Year, Nonsuch. Meanwhile, on Sunday, the Kenneth Mattis OD Memorial Trophy took center stage. This was named in honor of racing stalwart Kenneth Mattis, who was first inducted into Jamaica's Thoroughbred Hall of Fame as a jockey, then later as a trainer. Our highlights package begins with Race 2 from Saturday. This was a maiden special weight event restricted to native-bred 2-year-olds going 1,000 meters round. Jason DaCosta's Brown Skin Girl was a late non-starter.
They're often racing with Skid, marginally misses it and races at the back of the field. Thalita sets off in front and has speed. Thalita about 3 lengths already in front of She's a Mirage. Then comes Noisy Lady as they flash past the 4. Then comes that's Roulette Boss, and racing at the back of the field, that is with Skid. They come toward the 3. And still making the running. Thalita about 2 lengths in front of coming on the outside. That's Noisy Lady. Right on the rail, that's Roulette Boss, looking a path in between horses and dropping out of it a bit. That is She's a Mirage, and still racing at the back with Skid is Thalita in front. And Thalita means business. It's Thalita in front, about 3 lengths clear. Roulette Boss right against the rail. Thalita really traveling well at the furlong pole. Thalita in front, and this one is over. Awesome Anthony Thomas and Thalita bounding in for a very easy win. Thalita in total command, about maybe 6 lengths. Roulette Boss is second. Noisy Lady is third. Running on for fourth, that's Skid, and the last one, She's a Mirage.
No Brown Skin Girl, no worries for Jason DaCosta. Another DaCosta entry in Thalita, romping home to win by 7 1/4 lengths. Thalita clocked 1 minute 2 seconds flat for the trip, going 1,000 meters round. The day's third event was a maiden condition race for native-bred 3-year-olds. 8 faced the starter going 1,500 meters. Shane Canterman Ellis was aboard the even money favorite, Secret Emperor.
They're off. Millennium Star just a bit slowly out, recovering quickly. Stormer Come blows into that early lead as they slip past the 7. Millennium Star rushing up now to challenge as they sort themselves out on the backstretch and make their way toward the 6. And Millennium Star picks it up. A narrow advantage, possibly a neck. Stormer Come right alongside as they lead the 6. 3 lengths back to Secret Emperor Racing. Anchorman out wide. Don Vincenzo overtakes, brushing the rail. Joe races in behind them. Noah Lee in between horses. Anchorman still out wide. 3 out as they go passing the 5. And at the back of the field, it's Nikita B. They're running toward the half mile, about to exit the backstretch and go rushing into that turn. And it's a Don Vincenzo now, a narrow leader. Millennium Star pressing. Stormer Come on the outside now, asked to pick up speed. Secret Emperor is close enough if good enough. Anchorman is only 4.5 lengths off that lead. Noah Lee is under a ride and asked to make up a 6-length deficit. Joe is also being driven along, and at the back remains Nikita B as they come toward the 5/16. They pass it now, about to come into the lane, and Secret Emperor has struck the lead under Shane Ellis. They're coming into the lane. Secret Emperor attack now, harassed all the while by Don Vincenzo in the blue silk. Secret Emperor near the rail. Don Vincenzo on the outside. They battle, and Secret Emperor now looks to be winning the battle and slips away by 2 lengths. Could be out of touch of Don Vincenzo trying his best, but still Secret Emperor running straight and true holds the lead. A 2-length advantage inside the final 16th. Ellis cracking away with the stick, puts it up in the end. Secret Emperor wins by 2. Don Vincenzo second. Anchorman is third. Noah Lee is fourth. Stormer Come is fifth.
Under the safe handling of Shane Ellis, Secret Emperor at even money odds completed the victory by 2.5 lengths. Don Vincenzo came home second, followed by Anchorman and Noah Lee. The day's 7th event saw Jason DaCosta's Madeline Sunshine wagered as an even money favorite. Champion rider Anthony Thomas was aboard the importee for what was another trip going 1,000 meters round.
Quick dash, 5 furlongs round. They're off immediately. Fair start, Lacrimae a bit outsped along with the bulky Goliath the Great, but Power Ranking wants that lead along with Madeline Sunshine as they run toward the half-mile marker. They're there now and spinning into that turn. Yellowstone now going in pursuit of Madeline Sunshine, and X separates them, a gap of 2.5 to Power Ranking, and Bugatti easing back in fourth. Talona races in fifth as they leave the three. They're followed up by Lacrimae, now asked to go hunting along with Goliath the Great, wide of Luxol in the green on the rail. Awesome Rich at the back. They've left the 5/16th. They'll come thundering into the lane, and it's a Madeline Sunshine under the hand ride. Now the rider Anthony Thomas changes his hold as they're inside the final 3/16th, and Madeline Sunshine turns the power on and begins to skitter away from them. Yellowstone is left 4 lengths back. Power Ranking is down against the rail. Luxor looking for room, switch to the fence, but Madeline Sunshine not for catching inside the final 16th. Power Ranking trying to run on, but it's all Madeline Sunshine having a bright day. Power Ranking is next, then Luxor, Yellowstone, and Talona.
3.5 lengths was the victory margin for Madeline Sunshine. The winning time was logged at 59 3/5 of a second, going 1,000 meters round. The eighth event saw 2 scratches: Wells Soutar's Entry Costa as well as Alfred Brown's Lightning McQueen. This meant the field was reduced to 8 runners for what was a 3-year-old and up claiming contest.
5 furlong straight, the trip. They're off right away. Breaking on the far right in the middle, that's Circle Racing, prominent. On the far side, Sudden Flight and Morse Code. Circle right in dead center. Thales is right there too, showing up with the front end along with Burning Red as they come toward the 3 furlong point. Thales may be the overall leader. Giant Wheeler is right beside Thales, right in the middle, prominent. That's Circle. Over on the far side, that's Sudden Flight as they come towards the 2 furlong point. Thales looks to be in charge at this moment. Circle chasing right against the rail, that's Burning Red. Thales switch toward the middle of the racetrack. Thales still in front. Circle left back into second. Under the fence, that is a Burning Red and Giant Wheeler. Thales begins to get out of the grasp of Circle. Got Thales in front, and Thales is strolling on home. Thales will win this one for fun. Thales by about 8 lengths. Circle is second. Very tight for third between a Giant Wheeler and Unknown Soldier.
An uncomplicated win for Thales. Piloted by the canterman for champion trainer Anthony Baba Nunez, Thales clocked 1 minute 2 seconds flat, going 1,000 meters or 5 furlongs straight. Race 9 was the day's feature, the Nonsuch Sprint Trophy, named after the 1967 Horse of the Year Nonsuch. This was a 3-year-old and up stakes event. 2020 Derby winner King Arthur was a late non-starter.
This is the Nonsuch Sprint Trophy. They're off immediately, a perfect start, but race car backs out quickly. Makeup Artist is going for that lead, attacked by Mahogany as they run the backstretch. A gap of some 2 lengths to Lure of Lucy. Got a Girl on the outside, now moving just ahead of Lure of Lucy. I Am Fred joins that group to make a threesome as they run to the half mile. God of Love and Curlin's Affair come next, then Duke, and just at the back it's the grey race car. They're spinning into the turn, they're approaching the 7/16th, and it is Mahogany just against the rail who battles for that lead as they make their way now flashing past the 3. Makeup Artist attached to his outside. 3.5 lengths back to I Am Fred. A gap opens up to Got a Girl. Curlin's Affair in between horses. Lure of Lucy hugging the rail. Duke has to make ground with God of Love toward the back of the field, but they're into the lane now, and Mahogany has that lead. I Am Fred with a strong challenge down against the rail. Makeup Artist is now drifting wide, possibly under pressure. Mahogany now just the leader. I Am Fred applying tremendous pressure down against the rail. Mahogany has to dig deep. I Am Fred continues the challenge on the inside. It's Mahogany and I Am Fred. Mahogany and I Am Fred. It's a head bob to the line, and I Am Fred may just have beat Mahogany. Then Lure of Lucy, Duke. Curlin's Affair is 5th.
A gripping battle in deep stretch saw Ian Prasad sizzling 1-9 favourite Mahogany, beaten by a short head. Despite the absence of King Arthur, Jason DaCosta was still able to secure his 3rd win of the day. I Am Fred clocked 1 minute 11 3/5 of a second to land this year's edition of the Nonsuch Sprint Trophy. Saturday's final race was an event for high-level claimers going 1,500 meters. Jason DaCosta's consistent Tomahawk was a late non-starter.
Looks as though we're ready. 10th and final. They're off right away, off and racing. Blood Song is left at the back early, along with that Shiboom, as they go towards the 6 furlong point on the course and making the running right against the rail. That is Burn Notice. So Burn Notice, just the leader. Also in the mix, that's Superluminal. So Burn Notice and Superluminal mix it up. Then comes another bullet racing in third, right against the rail. That is Let Him Fly coming out wide. That's Azaria running now, going in third. Then comes Uncle Frank. Behind Uncle Frank, that's Atlantic Blue. It's a Boy comes next. Then coming around, that is Bloodfire. Jones Strike comes next as they pass the 4. Shiboom is next. Then comes behind those, that is Blood Song, and racing at the back of the field, Pharaoh it is. They pass the 3, and Burn Notice kicks about 4 lengths in front of, right against the rail. That is Superluminal. Out wide, Azaria coming on. That's another bullet. It's Burn Notice in front at the 2 furlong pole. Burn Notice kicks away by 3, maybe 4 lengths. Another bullet comes a hunting on the rail. Also in the middle, that's Azaria. Burn Notice is really traveling nicely, coming to the furlong pole. Burn Notice in front and looks to have this one all won. It's Burn Notice beginning to skitter away from these. A half a furlong to go. Burn Notice going away from them. Another bullet is racing in second. Burn Notice it's the second winner for the champion trainer. Burn Notice beats another bullet. It's a Boy running on for fourth, that's Shiboom, and fifth, Azaria.
Champion trainer Anthony Nunes provided an instant response to the Costa's victory in the non-such sprint trophy. Informed rider Tevin Foster was aboard Burn Notice to clock 1 minute 33 seconds flat, going 1,500 meters on his way to securing Saturday's final event. It's now time for a break on the Caymanas Park Highlight Show. On the other side, we'll review select races from Sunday, September 11. Welcome back to the Caymanas Park Highlight Show. In the second half of our presentation, we'll recap some of the action from Sunday, September 11. Our highlights package continues with the hotly contested Kenneth Mattis OD Memorial Trophy. This was named in honor of legendary racehorse jockey and trainer Kenneth Mattis OD. Mattis was inducted into Jamaica's Thoroughbred Hall of Fame, firstly as a jockey, then later as a trainer. 2021 St. Ledger and Derby winner Calculus was sent off as a sizzling 1-9 favourite.
Just a shade slowly out. Calculus ridden to go for that lead. Stablemate Awesome Treasure racing on the rail. Marquesas out wide in the pink. Storm following them up next. Sir John racing toward the back of the field, and last of all it's Chinamax as the 2 stablemates hook up on the lead. Awesome Treasure just the leader. Calculus bouncing easy in second. Marquesas in the pink races in third, possibly 4.5 lengths off that lead. They're followed up by Storm, joined by Sir John. And last of all, it's Chinamax as they make their way onto the back stretch and run toward the final 6 furlongs. Awesome Treasure bouncing easy under a snug wrap, leading up by 2 lengths as they leave the 6. Calculus also travelling smoothly in second. A break of some 2 lengths back to Storm on the rail, so John sandwiched in between horses. Marquesas out 3 wide and dropping back just a bit. Chinamax is last. They've left the 5/8. They're on the run now toward the final half mile in the Kenneth Mattis OD Memorial Trophy, and Awesome Treasure continues to lead by just over a length. Stablemate Calculus now cutting into it as they slip past the half mile and run the turn for home, and now Calculus turns on the gas and goes on. Calculus now moving away from Awesome Treasure. Marquesas getting closer in third. A gap to Sir John under a ride. Storm is also pushed as they leave the 3, and the ridden Chinamax going nowhere at the back. 5/16 of a mile to run, and Calculus has taken charge. It could be over from here, but let's see. Calculus out in front. Awesome Treasure chasing. Marquesas now let loose and asked to close the gap on Calculus, who picks the best ground and steps toward the center as they lead the 3/16th. Behind them, it is Calculus getting touches of that right-hand stick from Shane Ellis. They leave the furlong pole behind. Calculus out in front. Marquesas now trying to make a race of it, but Calculus continues to hold the advantage under a confident ride. This is the Kenneth Mattis OD Memorial Trophy, and Calculus romps ease down in the end by 2 or more over Marquesas. Then Storm. Awesome Treasure is fourth.
Shane Ellis was once again unbothered on his way to notching another big win. Conditioned by Derby winning trainer Gary Sabrati, Calculus clocked 1 minute 55 2/5 of a second, going 1,820 meters. There was a buzz around the consistent Gansu May for the day's 8th event. Shane Ellis was aboard the 4-5 favorite conditioned by champion trainer Anthony Baba Nunes.
They're often racing. Peaky Blinders does everything wrong and is left at the gate, not racing. Prince Sanjay blasting to an early lead. Shadowfax is right there too. Wowza hidden from view. Right on the rail, that's Hago Sumai going down. Then comes Hidden Valleys, aka Storm. How we looking as they pass the 5? Pip comes next, followed through by Fly, Messenger Fly, and not racing. That's Peaky Blinders. They pass the 4, head towards the 3, and it's Shadowfax in close attendance with Prince Sanjay. These two sharing on that lead right there in a third, and that two running together. That's Hidden Valley and Hago Sumai. 4 lengths away before we come to Wowza. Then comes How We Looking right on the rail, aka Storm. Pip comes next, and Fly, Messenger Fly there at the top of the lane, and it is Shadowfax on that lead on the rail. Hidden Valley comes a call in. Shadowfax still in front of Hidden Valley. Shadowfax repelling Hidden Valley. Hago Sumai coming on, also coming down the middle of the racetrack. How We Looking at the furlong pole, and How We Looking now burst into that lead, and How We Looking begins to stretch away from these. How We Looking will win this one. How We Looking? This one looks good. How We Looking beating Wowza, and Shadowfax goes by for second. Then comes Hago Sumai.
How I Looking was inside the winner's enclosure following Sunday's 8th race. Gansu May, having failed to spark, finished back in 4th spot. Sunday's 8th event saw 11 runners competing over 1,300 meters. Anthony Nunes' Nefertari was the punter's choice, sent off at odds of 7-5.
Six and a half furlongs, they're off. Fair start. Nefertari outsped along with Ava Jalin. They're at the back of the field as the leaders flash past the 6. El Cid grabs the advantage, almost a length in front. Get a Pepsi, One Like It now moving down in the white silks. GT Boys racing on the rail. 31 Kisses just in behind them with Awesome Prince as they leave the 5. 4.5 lengths separates that bunch. A break back to Sertage and Disha running as a team. Nefertari races up next as they make their way now toward the half-mile marker. Disha is fading badly, overtaken by Ava Jalin and Lion of Ikati. They run toward the final 3/8 of a mile, and out in front, One Like It, traveling well at the moment as they leave the 3. Just about a length and a half in front. El Cid chasing on the outside. GT Boys positioned well, if good enough, right against the rail as they're about to come into the lane, and it is One Like It and devastating Dane Dawkins who bring them into the stretch run. One Like It just the leader, pressed now by El Cid in the yellow cap. Over on the rail, that's GT Boy getting a walloping with the right-hand stick. Disha is down against the rail. 31 Kisses in behind the front rank, but El Cid has the advantage. Here's GT Boy trying to close up with One Like It. El Cid, GT Boy now applying vice-like pressure, but El Cid continues to battle. GT Boy continues to challenge on the inside. It's going to be close, but El Cid beats GT Boy. One Like It, then Nefertari and Disha.
Nefertari could only manage 4th spot. However, it was another Nunes entry who stole the show. El Cid, ridden by Tevin Foster in muddy conditions, completed the win by a neck. GT Boy, One Like It, and Nefertari completed the frame. The weekend's final event was sent off 2 entries shy of a full field. Leading rider Dane Dawkins was aboard the 9-5 favorite Tap It Good for Derby winning trainer Gary Sabrati.
They're often racing at the back of the field. That's Potential along with Lady Beng and Adam Ahmad Ali. Ketura blast into an early lead. Ketura, friend of the family, tracking in second. Jungle Boogie comes next. Catterwood Catty also in the mix. Right there too, that's the Grey Express as they pass the 4 furlong point and head toward the 3. It's a mad scramble up front, and right on the rail, Ketura, friend of the family, racing in second. Cotterwood Catty tracking them from third, 4 lengths away before we come to Jungle Boogie. Recovering, that's Ahmad Ali also there, and coming on that Tigay Express there at the top of the lane. And Katura tries to kick once again. Friend of the family is right there too. Coming on the outside, that's Cotterwood Catty right against the rail and sneaking up against the rail and looking good. That looks to be Jungle Boogie, and Jungle Boogie has boogied to the lead with a furlong to travel. Jungle Boogie on top and traveling well. Jungle Boogie looks to have this one in the bag, and this looks like a very good day for the champion trainer, Jungle Boogie, getting away from Oh So Long. Jungle Boogie beats Oh So Long. Tigray Express, Ahmad Ali, and then a very tight photo for the fifth between Ketura, Give Me the Light, and the Gifted One.
Apprentice Carlos Blake was aboard the 8-1 entry Jungle Boogie, who handed champion trainer Anthony Nunes 3 successive victories. The 3-year-old Baycole clocked 1 minute 8 3/5 of a second, going 1100 meters. As we recap another thrilling weekend of racing, it was highlighted by I Am Fred's memorable win in the non-such sprint trophy, defeating 1-9 favorite Mahogany. Meanwhile, Sunday also served up another thriller as 2021 St. Ledger and Derby winner Calculus logged another victory, this time in the Kenneth Mattis OD Memorial Cup. This has been another edition of the Caymanas Park Highlight Show. See you next time.